Amen. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Jared Smith, aka Godsent. Yeah. And we just got over Wildcard weekend, and some predictions right, some predictions wrong. We live and go and roll with the punches of my takes. I'ma stand 10 toes on them every time I come here. You know the vibe, man. So, if you are watching this video here today, thank you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe because we're a vibe. Alright? So let's get into this! Get that! Alright, man. So let's review some of these games. Quick review of each game. Let's go and break it down. So, I want to start with Monday's game. Let's start with the game that just happened last night. Minnesota Vikings versus the Los Angeles Rams, right? Let's take a look at that playoff picture now that wildcard weekend is officially over. So, after the Rams beat the Vikings now, they will be going against the... I do believe they'll be going against the Rams will be going against the Eagles. And then after the Washington Commanders beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they'll be going against the Detroit Lions. After the Texans slaughtered the Chargers, they'll be going down to Arrowhead to take on the reigning defending champions, Kansas City Chiefs. And last but not least, the best game of the whole entire weekend. You got Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills. Let's get into this and just review the games that went on in the wild card. Right? So, Vikings, Rams, Jesus. Minnesota Vikings are going to have to do some thinking as of right now. And as I was watching First Take while I was at work today, Dan Orlowski pointed out that there were other issues that were bigger than just Sam Darnold didn't play well. And while I was watching the game, there were passes that Sam Darnold was missing, right? But that O-line got tossed around in ways I didn't think were imaginable. And 9 sacks. Did they have Aaron Donald over there? Did they have Von Miller over there? Hell, who's over there? The guys that I told you needed to step up. Jared Verse goes crazy. Ballistic, right? Returned a fumble for a touchdown. This Rams defense last night was utterly unstoppable. It was unstoppable. They got whatever they want. And Sam Darnold, first playoff game with the Jets against Bill Belichick was like, oh, he was ghost, looking at like he was seeing ghosts. Excuse me. It looked like he was seeing ghosts last night too, if I'm being completely honest. If I'm being completely honest, Sam Darnold did not look good. And hasn't looked that well for the last 2 to 3 weeks. But they celebrated a win like it was their Super Bowl. They celebrated a regular season win like it was their Super Bowl. So what it looks to me is Minnesota knew they were going home before the game started. Minnesota knew they were going home weeks ago. What happened with Sam Darnold reminds me of the Case Keenum situation. Now, who here wants to say Sam Darnold's better than Case Keenum? Right? Who here wants to argue Case Keenum versus Sam Darnold right now? I don't want to. Shouldn't even be a debate. They on the same level. They're on the same level. But this regular season put him in a stratosphere where it was like, damn, does Sam Darnold deserve to be in MVP votes? With the stats like that, he could have made a case. With a winning record like that, could have made a case. With a winning wildcard weekend, Sam Darnold could have snuck his way into the MVP votings. But Vikings do what the Vikings do and lose in the playoffs. So let's talk about some more Rams. Rams offense is something you don't want to play with. Matthew Stafford, 19 of 27, 209 yards, 2 tutties. Hello. There we go, Matt Staff. Matt Staff in rare form. No picks. He said, I'm going to just get the toasting on y'all. The Rams' best game this year came against the Buffalo Bills. Yeah. At that moment, we should have said, hey, something's going on in LA. And there was only a few analysts out here that even brought up, Rams are not a team you want to see in the playoff, point blank, period. Tall task, right? But if you're getting the Philadelphia Eagles that showed up against the Green Bay Packers, you can beat them. You can beat them. You can beat them. You can beat an Eagles team where A.J. Brown has 1 reception and Saquon Barkley is not doing Saquon Barkley-like things in the run game. Packers defense was amazing. Can this Rams defense duplicate a 9-sack? Nah, they're not getting 9 sacks on the freaking Eagles. I'm letting y'all know that right now. This is one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, not the best offensive line in the NFL. That 9-sack ish is not happening. Can they get 3? I don't know. Rams got a tall task, but we're gonna talk more on that on the next video, right? So, having said all that, let's go over into the next game, right? Washington Commanders defeating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Spectacular game from both teams in terms of offensive production and 2 defenses that really showed up, right? And first off, let's give a shout out to Baker Mayfield and this Tampa Bay team. 15 of 18 passing the ball, 185 yards, and 2 tutties from Baker Mayfield, right? Yo, let's cheer the boy on. Baker Mayfield is going to have one of those football lives, and it's going to be spectacular. Like, Baker Mayfield needs his own Netflix series or something, because the turnaround to where people were calling him a bust in Carolina and in Cleveland to now, wow, this is a guy who can win you games, man. Who can take you to the playoffs, man. Baker Mayfield has shown out this year and really showed us that, yeah, mobile, can throw, can make a pass when it needed most, right? And above all, Baker has been a good leader for this offensive team, for this offense, right? And just a great job, right? All this year by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Big shout out to them. And we just hope that they keep this roster together. You know, Jalen McMillan, slot. It's like a third string receiver that they have. That's a good receiver. Hope he keeps developing. He can develop into something special. But let's talk about Rookie of the Year, please. JD! Jaden Daniels! Jaden Daniels! Ooh! 24-35 passing, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, 36 rushing yards. They went for a 4th down, a possession before, and didn't get it. You wanna know what we don't know what Dan Quinn says when they're in the goal line, when they're at the 20, and they're in the same predicament again. JD, bring us home. Bring us home. I got it. 4th down again, and the boy balls out. Terry McLaurin, stand up. Damani Brown, stand up. This Commanders team without Jaden Daniels is simply abysmal, in my opinion. Jaden Daniels, oh my gosh, like, I was worried. I was worried a bit in this game. I was very much worried because I'm like, oh my God, am I really about to sit here and watch the Commanders lose to the Buccaneers? And I was very much, we talked about Todd Bowles and his defense, how he's expert when it comes to getting at younger quarterbacks, no experience at all type of quarterbacks, right? Rookie quarterback. And he did his thing. JD did his thing. I don't know what else we can say about this kid. He had 2 game winners and had the most touchdowns in the 4th quarter this year. And you all know what he does again. Hold this 10 points in the 4th quarter. Hold this 10 points in the 4th quarter. We're going to score, whether you like it or not. Try to stop me. And he did that. This Washington Commanders team needs to get another weapon or 2, and then they will be contenders. But yo, Jaden Daniels is Offensive Rookie of the Year, bar none, clear as day. There ain't nothing y'all doing with this kid. There's nothing y'all doing with this kid. That Commanders team played very well. Very well. Caps off to y'all. Right? Next game! Green Bay Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Packers versus Eagles. This was not a fun game for me. Y'all know why. Y'all know why it's not a fun game for me. I had to sit here and watch Jordan Love piss away a defensive masterclass. When I mean by defensive masterclass, I mean that the Eagles only scored Eagles scored off a fumble recovery to start the game. They got the ball back to start the game, right? Then they scored, right? 10 points. They held them to 10 points for 2 quarters. Then Dallas Goedert gets a touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Just shoving my young boy just away, just mushing him constantly like 5 times before he got into the end zone. Like, Dallas, Chill, Dallas Carter. Chill. Yo. Relax. Respectfully. But let's be real. The Eagles weren't dominant in this game. This was a game the Green Bay Packers could have easily won. Had 3 interceptions not be interceptions. This game was simply off of Jordan Love. Jordan Love handed the game to the Eagles, wrapped in a box, gift wrap, bow tie, with the name tag on the side that says, "To the Philadelphia Eagles, from Jordan Love." Josh Jacobs. It took 6 Eagles to bring him down, and it still wasn't going down. Got right there to the red zone and said, "Get on my back." And I said, oh my goodness. We're about to win. We're about to win. There's no way. There's no way. We're about to win. Jalen Hurts ain't got nowhere to throw it to, because Xavier McKinney and the DBs is locking up the skies. No fly zones for any Eagle, right? Remind you, A.J. Brown had 1 reception for 10 yards. Devontae Smith, 4 receptions, 55 yards. And I'm watching the game. Saquon's not even going Saquon crazy. Granted, 119 yards, 25 carries, still did Saquon-like things. But it wasn't to the extent of what he's doing to the rest of the league. Nah. He didn't run on us for $150, $180, or 200. Nah. Calm. They covered every part of the field and still lost. Jordan Love, you are on the shit list of a lot of Packers fans to this day. Come back next year with I'ma chuck this and I'ma get this in no matter what. I'ma get this pass in no matter what. Cause why the hell are you throwing a fade route when the underneath route was right there to Wilson? And that's my problem. J Love, I love your arm, you're mobile. There's a lot of potential. There's so much upside. But when you throw the game away, it screws everything up. You get me? Like, 3 interceptions? We could have won with 2. We could have won the game with 2. We let him off the hook. We let him off the hook. You have to do better. Matt LaFleur, this ain't even about you. We good. Usually I'm yelling at Matt LaFleur because he's either being too conservative or he's not throwing the ball, right? But now, there's no Aaron. Matt LaFleur, it's all you. This is your team, your quarterback. And he was getting tight on the sideline. Getting tight. I said, you know what, Matt?
I said, you know what, Matt? I feel you. I understand. I'm hurt too. I'm hurting with you, brother. I'm hurting with you.
Like I'm tight! Eagles got the Rams. We're gonna do a prediction video next time. Let's continue to get through these games, man. Freaking Jesus. Next game, we got the Houston Texans versus the Chargers. Did anyone call this one? I sure didn't. Anyone predict this one? Not me. I had the Chargers coming out with a win. Come to find out, the Chargers go ahead and get blown out. Right? Justin Herbert, 14-32. Right? 242 yards and a touchdown to Ryan McConkey. But got 4 interceptions. It's like, what the hell? You know, I'm looking and I'm like, all right, tip balls somewhere, and it's a tip interception to Stingley Jr., then a pick 6 to Eric Murray. Like, God, help us, help him. I'm watching Justin Herbert and all his stock that has been made because he had a terrible coach the last few years, a coach that sucks in the last 5 minutes, right? Doesn't know how to control game when it comes down to it, right? Then you get Big Jim Harbaugh, right? And look, woo! I'll see. I'm a good Christian. I'm trying to keep it Christian-like today. Then you go ahead and give us a game like this. He had back-to-back picks. He had back-to-back picks. These are disgusting. These are nasty work. They're just as bad as Jordan Love's. And he lost 4 receivers. 4 of his top receivers. Houston, you did your thing. You handled your thing. Houston said, you know what? We got Nico Collins coming back. It's time to go buck crazy. CJ, go crazy. 22 of 33. 282 yards, a touchdown and an interception, right? Cool, right? But here comes what matters in the playoffs. When you have a running back that can go for 100 yards and a tutty, 25 carries, 106 yards, Joe Mixon goes bananas. And you want to know what the freak J.K. Dobbins had on the Chargers side? Just take a wild guess. It's below 30! 26 rushing yards! Chargers. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Right? Do you see what's going on in New Orleans, right? Cool. A trade for Alvin Kamara needs to happen for the Chargers! I'm done. Next game. Cause no. We don't need this. We don't need this. This is bad for my mental health. It's bad for mental health. But the fact that I even believed in them made me mad because Jim Harbaugh go ahead and says, oh yeah, that's my guy. That's a beast. That's my beast. And the beast go out and throw 4 interceptions. Jay, Herbert, Herb, let's talk. Because I'm here. I've been going to bat for you for these last few years. And then you show up and give him 4 interceptions. 4 for my foe. I'm back on low. I'm done. Steelers versus the Ravens. I'm gonna go quick for these last two games we've talked about already. And yeah. Big trust. Whoop whoop. Big Lamar. Whoop whoop. where you got Lamar Jackson throwing for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 16 to 21 completing. And then you got King Henry, a buck 86, 2 tutties, 26 carries. Ain't nothing more. Ain't nothing more. Y'all tell me if that Buffalo Bills team that just beat the Broncos, that went 1 out of 5 at the red zone, y'all tell me if that team's gonna beat this Baltimore Ravens team. I don't think so. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think so. And you're surely mistaken if you think so, brother. Because that's what we have here. We have the best game of this week's divisional round between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. I don't even have to go over the Bills and Broncos that much because, oh my Jesus, what the frick did y'all expect? Now, I had confidence that, this Denver team was better than what most people been thinking. But it's Denver right now. It's a young Denver, young Bo Nix. When Bo Nix gets 3 to 4 years underneath his belt, he should be lights out. I guarantee it. He's going to be better. But Buffalo finally got something that I've been saying that they needed, and this year really showed it. Buffalo Bills having James Cook is fantastic. Having James Cook being able to go get 120 yards and a touchdown with only 23 carries for a quarterback like Josh Allen's stature, who needs the ball in his hand to go ahead and go stupid bananas crazy, right? Josh went 20 to 26, 272 yards and 2 touchdowns, right? This right here, this game this week is game of the week and probably going to be game of the year. Josh Allen, a MVP front runner against the actual MVP in my eyes, Lamar Jackson. This is going to be spectacular. This game right here is box office worthy. And ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because wow. This game means so much to not just this year, but legacies. This is a legacy game for both of these guys, right? Because to the obvious, to the eyes that are not football fans, it looks like this is the most open year in the AFC. Don't sleep on the Chiefs, though. It looks like this is the most open year for the AFC. So, what this game means for both quarterbacks is that, in my eyes, whoever wins this game is going to the Super Bowl. But we can't sleep on the Chiefs. This game is going to be spectacular. Get your popcorn ready, get your snacks. We're in for something special. I'm gonna give a prediction on this game and the rest of these games for the divisional round in the next video. But if you stuck around this long, thank you so very much for sticking around. Yo, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join the tribe because we a vibe. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you.